I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you something straight off the motherfucking press. I ain't coming for no foolishness. In New York, goddammit, y'all motherfucking women look good. Y'all like a bacon and egg sandwich, look good. But I love sex. I love it. Can't do shit no more. And I'm blessed. I'm big boned. I'm heavy structured. I'm hung low. If I pull my shit out, this whole room get dark. Kick it!
It is not a fucking game. A man's gotta do. Fuck me, nigga. I kick it to shorty to try to help him understand. Hit him with work, cause yo, that's my low man. He asked a few questions about the game and I told him. So when he made a bad move, it was my place to scold him. Never told him nothing wrong, kept it fair. Didn't listen, so I might as well have been talking to the air. Everybody makes mistakes, a mistake is aight. But if it ain't, I'ma tell you straight, time to say goodnight. Nobody likes to be played, regardless of the relationship. But shorty's fucking up big time. I hate this shit, I'm caught in the middle of having love for a little nigga, knowing what's expected of me as a real nigga. My next move is crucial. What do? I keep it real with shorty and my crew. Didn't wanna kill him, so instead of putting the Mac on him, I did the only thing I could do, turn my back on him. Here we go again. Same old shit, dog, just a different day. Here we go again. You know how niggas do it when we play, how we play. Here we go again. Man's gotta do, man's gotta do. Here we go again. Niggas that I fuck with wanna get him dead, but I'm cool with shorty's people, so I let him live. Under normal circumstances, he would be a marked man.
Yeah, what it do, y'all? What it do? Live from the Spot Podcast. I'm your host with the motherfucking most chill, motherfucking Murray. Shout out to everybody tuning in or not tuning in. You know how we do and how we rock. What it do, y'all? I see you in here, Fury B. What it do? All right. So, y'all saw the post earlier. So, we going there tonight. We are definitely going there tonight. And if something happened to me after this, I apologize. I love y'all. I say it like that. Something happened to me after this podcast here, I apologize. I already know the powers that be are going to probably do what they got to do on this particular one. So, as someone said in the comment on the community post earlier, bring it, damn it. Yeah. So, as you can see, we have the Illuminati card game as the cover here. And the reason why I decided to even talk about that tonight was because with all the things that are going on, I felt it was important to actually start to talk about this more than anything. Because, yeah, we have a lot of other distractions going on, but nothing is more, I guess, in the media and more important than what happened over the weekend, right? So, with that being said, I think, like I said, it was more important for me to start saying, okay, it's time for me to start being more informative and less gossipy. What I mean by that is it's time for me to be more informative on the truth instead of focusing on what they do not, or should I say what they put in front of us so much, right? So surface level shit. I'm tired of the surface level thinking that everyone's doing. It bothers me. You have to understand, you're talking to someone that I have to watch YouTube because if I watch regular movies and regular TV, it can bother me. It sometimes bothers me. It bothers my mental because I see things and know things besides what I'm actually seeing on the television screen. So when I see certain things that are hidden in plain sight, it bothers me that the other person that I'm watching the television with might not. It really bothers me. It's gotten to that point. So, like I said, I end up at the end of the day just watching YouTube. It's better for me. It's better for me to watch a real person's reaction of something, whether whether it be fictional or non-fictional, whether it be them playing a video game or, them going shopping. It's just the regular everyday life of people that is on YouTube. That's one of those things. Of course, there are your fake things. There are your clickbaits and your catch grabs and things like that. You know what I mean? Who doesn't have that? It's just it's still part of social media, YouTube, at the end of the day, but at the same time, you have more choice over the programming rather than actual cable, which I hope people are not even subscribed to cable anymore. I truly hope that, because cable, there's nothing really on. That's the crazy thing. That's one of the things in the card game. 500 channels and nothing is on. That's just how cable is nowadays. Network TV is obsolete. It truly is. Streaming is the new television, if you haven't realized that. Streaming is the absolute new television. That's why there's so many podcasters. That's why there's so many streamers. That's why everything. Everything. Look at the NBA 2K League, for example. Look at all the gaming leagues, period, for example. Streaming is the new television. That's just how it is nowadays. So, with that being said, if you notice, the media cannot control your mind as easy as it used to. The news cannot control you as easy as it used to. So with things like this happening in the news, you have us truth tellers and seekers that are able to debunk certain things about it. And again, the media cannot do anything about it except say that we're liars. But tonight, we are here to see just how much of a liar Amanda Seales might be. We are here to see how much of a liar Candace Owens might be. Okay? We're here to see just how much of a liar some of us might be that, say that there were strange things that happened Saturday, that were a little bit more unusual than the untrained eye might pay attention to. Okay? So, first thing I want to get into is this clip here from Undisputed. Shout out to the brother Rashad. Once again, I hope y'all like and subscribe. Not only my channel, but his channel as well. I'm going to get into this real quick.
Attempted assassination against former President Donald Trump. Republican blames black employees. Let me first highlight something interesting. Many at the rally that Trump was at saw the gunman allegedly prior to the shooting, with millions watching and
So
many people benefiting from this.
They have footage right here of. I want to show this real quick. So they had footage of the actual roof.
Look, there he is right there.
And first thing I thought of when I saw this was, okay, you mean to tell me about 20 or 30 different people saw a kid climbing on top of a roof, and none of them went over there and said, hey, what are you doing up there? Everybody just pretty much pulled out their phones and just started recording and saying, hey, do you see that kid on the roof? Hey, what's he doing? Do you see what's going on over there? So that was the first thing that was particularly odd. The second thing about this that's particularly odd, let me just keep going real quick.
Right there, see him? He's laying down. See him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
So
What's happening?
look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 people just right here alone.
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before.
About 10 different people back.
We're going to make it.
Yeah, look. There he is.
Because we have many.
At this kid right here that has now climbed on what looks like I'm going to say whatever this structure was right here. However he got up here. And that was another thing. Everyone was asking, how in the hell did he even climb up here? Because of how high it was. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see this kid having a grappling hook or some type of Batman gear or Spider-Man suit to be able to even climb up here. So who placed him up here? That's my question. This is the things that I start asking myself. Who placed this child up here?
In our country that shouldn't be here. Danger.
Second thing is, let me rewind back 10 seconds real quick.
Better than ever.
Yeah, look, there he is.
Because we
As
have
we see
millions
him,
and millions of
Now, as we see him, now of course we see words in front of it, but
people in our country that shouldn't
does anybody see any type of assault weapon?
be here. Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here.
Now, as I look at this angle right here,
Much tougher than it
listen, I
happened.
just keep seeing someone just crawling and moving and crawling and moving. I do not see any type of weapon. And then when I see the frail arms that are barely able to even move across this roof, I start to ask myself again the same question that I said when I saw the picture of this kid, right? Show you a picture of this kid. This is the shit that baffles me. This is the type of shit that goes on in my brain, okay? First of all, I want y'all to understand who we looking at on top of this roof, okay? This is who we looking at on top of this roof, okay? Understand this. This is the young gentleman that supposedly was killed the same time he jumped up on top of this roof. Now, I'm just saying. Here's three things that stand out to me, right? Get the joke off real quick. First of all, already looks like, from judging from the blood in his, give you a closer picture of what I'm talking about here. The blood in his teeth from the braces, okay? Look like he was punching his face prior to taking this picture. That's one thing. Zoom out, okay? Before the headlines came out, and I wish I was able to pod about this before I even saw the picture, or should I say as soon as I saw the picture. As soon as I saw this, I said, yo, they're going to run the same headline that they run about all the same mass shooters. He was bullied in school. I'm like, yo, they going to run the same bit to us? They going to run the same exact bit to us. He was bullied in school. Yo. And then they going to give us the actual profile of a dude that looked like he got bullied. I'm like, yo, they really Hollywooding this one out. With the American flag on his shirt. I'm like, yeah, y'all could have gave him a better name than Thomas Crooks. Y'all could have gave the kid a better name than this. Y'all could have gave him a much better name than this. But then I see this article. And I said, oh, y'all fucked up. Investment giant BlackRock pulls ad featuring Trump rally shooter. Thomas Matthew Crooks, the 20-year-old who shot at former President Donald Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania, had briefly appeared in a 2022 advertisement for BlackRock Inc., the world's largest money manager. Get that. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all gotta be. This is the shit that I'm. Listen, BlackRock Inc. I've done the pod before on BlackRock. Okay, and the investments that they have with, let's just say, the elites. So it's little things like that. That when I see the name BlackRock Inc., of course y'all saying y'all gotta pull the ad. Of course y'all gotta pull the ad. Because now y'all don't want nobody to realize the investor behind Mr. Trump. See, it's little things like
See,
that.
little shit like that lets me further know what it is you really do.
You gotta pay attention to shit like that. You must pay attention when you see certain names in these articles. You have to pay attention. What up, Juju? Novus, what it do? What it do? Emmy Mendez, what up? You have to pay attention when you see certain names in these articles. The ad filmed at the Bethel Park High School in Pennsylvania. Oh, ain't that where the Trump rally was? Featured Crooks and several other unpaid students in the background. Said the investment giant in a statement. Crooks graduated from the school in 2022, it says. Now, this
From
is
the
the
school,
ad.
and especially that guy made this place
Music real quick, I think.
the school, and they say that guy made this place.
This is him right here. Pretty much. Now, when I see things like this, I'm like, hold up. So, he was in an advanced class. This kid was in an advanced class at that. Am I right? If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But I'm just saying, does this look like the kid that would have something against Donald Trump to get on top of a roof with a rifle? I am just asking questions here. Does this look like the person that would get on top of a roof and can barely hold the rifle, let alone shoot it? Does this look like the person that was climbing on top of that? Just like I said, this is what I'm saying. You getting bullied in advanced classes? Really? Excuse me? Wait a minute. It's something ain't adding up here. It's little things that ain't adding. Like I said, and BlackRock was one of the biggest ones that caught my eye. Because I was like, yo, the investor is right in front of you. Like I said, little things hide in plain sight. Little things hide in plain sight. Of course you're going to pull the ad with the kid in it. Of course. And then look. Ain't too many people even reporting on that part. When you pull that up. You see what it said? Investment giant. BlackRock. It's little things, like I said, it's, man, let me go back to Rashad real quick. So, again, the gentleman is on top of the roof here. And once again, yet none of the 20 people that are standing around on their phones watching, even this guy with his blue hat poking out, looks like the Toasty from Mortal Kombat, right? Toasty! Looking up on top of the roof. Like, oh shit, there's somebody up there. I should tell someone. Biggest question I'm asking is, why is there no Secret Service? If this is Donald Trump here, protected billionaire Donald Trump, or whatever have you, why is there no Secret Service, FBI, somebody on the outskirts of these concerts? You mean to tell me 30 people in the back was able to say, hey, there's a guy on the roof with no type of guy wearing some shades in the suit saying, yo, shoot him down. Do you see him? These are the questions that get asked.
Then minutes later, this happened.
Allegedly.
And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
President Biden provided multiple responses.
Now, we have eyes and ears, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Let's rewind something real quick. Because we can clearly see the concert from where this angle is, correct?
Look, they're all pointing.
Hold up. Slow that back now.
1% of the viewers to become a paid.
Okay, so the concert is this way, correct? The concert is over this way, right? We can even say about right here, right? Say the rally is about right here. Correct? So, there's no Secret Service, no FBI, no CIA, no nothing across this part right here. It's absolutely nobody but civilians. So, even the unsmartest of smart could have just hopped the gate, or if they wanted to, just park the car over here and said, okay, there's nobody over here. Let me just hop this gate over here and hop up over here. You're on top of this roof. Right. This is my question. With the Secret Service is on the other side. The Secret Service is way over here, supposedly. Supposedly the sniper. And this is the second question that we're going to ask this later. How is it that y'all were able to see and shoot him from over here, from all the way over there, to all the way over here? This is the questions that I ask, okay? So, y'all, the Secret Service was supposedly on the other side of Trump, right? To the right. The Secret Service is on the right side. The shooter came from the left side. We just saw where the Trump rally was in the corner of the left side, right? Supposedly the Secret Service is to the right of that rally because they couldn't have been where the shooter was on the left side, correct? This is certain things I'm identifying here. Yeah, if the shooter came from this side, Trump would have saw him. Or maybe not. Okay, let me not even jump that far, right? Trump would have not seen him, but if the supposed Secret Service was able to assassinate him, or should I say, able to shoot him from that right side, how did they not see him ahead of time? These are the little things you gotta start asking yourself. What's going on, Miss Zane? What's going on? This the little things like that you gotta start asking yourself. If the Secret Service is way over here and was able to hit him before he was able to get down, right? That's the story that they put, right? They shot him down on the roof, and he fell off the roof. I thought the story was he got away, but that was the first one they said that he got away. Then 2 days later he got killed on the scene. Like, all right. How is it that y'all was able to shoot him after the fact? If y'all didn't see him ahead of time. Let's play back just that part right there in the beginning of the rally, right? Beginning of the rally. So like I said,
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof.
There,
Look,
right?
there he
He
is
is
right
over
there.
here, able to.
Right there, see him?
So
He's laying
he's
down.
gonna
See him?
climb, of course, to the edge of this one to the left, right? The rally is right there.
What's happening? He's laying down. See him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
The rally is right over here. So you mean to tell me Secret Service was able to shoot him down from over there, but they was not able to see him get up there ahead of time? On top of the fact that these 30 to 40 people back here was able to see him, get their cell phones out and say, hey, there's a guy on the roof. Before FBI, Secret Service, or anybody else was able to run and jog back there in their suits and shades and say, hey, get that guy on the roof. Hey, you see that guy? Secret Service with the sniper. You see that guy on the roof over here? Hey, hit him down. You see him? Get him down. You mean to tell me nobody was over there seeing it? All right. We'll go with that.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look. There he is.
Because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals. We have...
I would hope there was a ladder.
People that should not be here. On the roof. It's much tougher than it happens.
I would hope it was a ladder, because I was asking that too. I was like, did he got the Batman grappling hook? Did he got some type of Spider-Man glove or something to get on top of this little container right here and then jump up there? Or he got some type of Vince Carter, he got the old V-Shocks or something. I'm just saying. Who put this boy up here?
Then minutes later, this happened.
And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, left one rally attendee dead, another 2 injured. Trump himself was left bloodied, as you know, after suffering a wound to his ear. The shooter, identified as 20-year-old Thomas Crooks, was killed by Secret Service snipers. There's a lot of rhetoric, a lot of conspiracy theory, and it comes down to basic distrust of our political norms.
I'm glad you said that. So I'm going to leave it to a former, allegedly a former Secret Service person that law and crime was talking to, right? And even they had some interesting questions about this whole thing.
Police were supposed to cover that building and or that roof. The buck stops on the desk of the Secret Service. It was their security plan. It's their responsibility. They'll need to step up and say that.
Figluzzi straight up calls the shooting a failure on the part of the Secret Service, but says there are several things that could have contributed to the oversights.
So what went wrong here? I mean, it seems like it could have been a domino effect, one thing after another, but to me, there were some pretty big glaring errors. How did this even happen?
Yeah, I actually just dropped a column for MSNBC Daily online where I write a regular column, and it digs deeply into the potential scenarios that led to this fatality. Let's please not forget that while it was a near miss for former President Trump, it was a fatal shot for a spectator, and 2 other spectators now are in the hospital. So this was about as close a call you're going to get for a presidential candidate as you'll ever see.
In his column, Figluzzi writes, the Secret Service failed Saturday. America deserves to know why.
What do I say in my column? I look at potential scenarios. One, this is not conjecture. It's largely based on what we've already known and reported, which is the Secret Service was well aware of this building and the potential risk it posed. That's coming from multiple sources at Secret Service to multiple media outlets. The distance from the building to the podium, based on the elevated nature of this building, which gives the high ground to a potential bad guy, they clearly identified it as a threat. Yet, mysteriously, they chose to put it outside the Secret Service perimeter of responsibility. Now, that means likely that it was delegated to state or local police to cover, and that there had to be some level of detail about what cover means. Are you going to post officers on the ground and simply prevent people from getting into the building? That's nice. Are you also going to put someone on the roof or have eyes on that roof? Because again, it's not the Secret Service perimeter, so it's yours. And that had to be clearly communicated.
Figluzzi says there was major oversight in one extremely important area.
So what's happened here? A failure to communicate, almost guaranteed. Finger pointing, I thought you had it. No, I thought you had it. There's another scenario that I've seen and don't like at all, because in my FBI experience, it leads to catastrophe. And that's the possibility of mixed responsibilities. Hey, our Secret Service snipers and police snipers will cover that roof. We've got the roof. What you need to do, police department, is cover the ground so that no one is ever going to get in that building. You've locked it down. You've talked to the owner. You've got the locks and keys. Well, what are we hearing? The owner of that building is saying, no one ever talked to me, not before, during the advance for the rally, and not after the shooting. So we have a serious breakdown here.
According to Figluzzi, communication wasn't the only oversight. In fact, it was the area of the rally that the Secret Service knowingly didn't cover.
We spoke about the jurisdiction, so to speak, whether it was the local authorities' responsibility or the Secret Service to kind of guard or keep an eye on that area. And some of the reports I've seen say the shooter was only 500 feet away. So how do they make that determination that it should be the local authorities covering that area? Because I'm assuming they're not trained in the same way as the Secret Service.
You are
The local authorities, meaning like the regular police in the area, was supposed to be covering a kid getting up on top of a roof. Not the Secret Service that was covering the rally. Not the supposed FBI and CIA to follow him. Because we all know the CIA does follow him, right? Not that, right? The local authorities were supposed to be covering the rooftops and the outskirts of the event that day. Were they hired to? And even if they weren't, if you knew that they weren't hired to, why weren't y'all out there?
You are assuming correct, and that's a hard question, because you really can't have your this both ways. You can't say, "Oh yes, during the advance we recognized this building as a threat, and by the way, it's outside our perimeter and we gave it to the police." Now, we haven't. I want to be careful. We have not heard that line per se from the Secret Service. In fact, they've been incredibly closed mouth here. They haven't stepped up and said, "We own this. We're always responsible, no matter what." They've just hunkered down and said nothing. But yeah, it's inconsistent to say high ground, threat, well within a rifle range, and comma, yeah, we gave it to somebody else. Very, very inconsistent. They never give up the high ground. They certainly measure. They know the counter sniper team for Secret Service comes in on an advance. They do a measurement. Hey, that building's 150 yards away. That's an easy shot, even for a rookie with a rifle. We've got to cover it. And then, let's give it to the locals. Something's inconsistent there.
So Figluzzi says not only were there inconsistencies, but potential security measures that were overlooked, like the simple...
You giving it to the locals, but you got snipers that can shoot almost 1,000 feet across the whole stadium or rally. Really?
...step of checking and double checking when it comes to backup.
The other thing that happens throughout an event like this, and I've been on many of them, is you do constant periodic check-ins with your hosts. What does that sound like? You get on the radio, or I've seen people physically go around. That's a great practice. Hey, post number 1, you got the building, right? You awake? You okay? Have you been shot, abducted? You eating a sandwich? All good on post 1? Get the feedback. Yeah, all good, post 1. That's like 101 of
All right, I think we back. All right, so this is 101 when you're talking about at least just circling the perimeters. That's just a former Secret Service agent saying that. It's 101 where there's supposed to be guys at least just circling and walking around. There should have at least been 2 or 3 guys in that vicinity, and one just walking around saying, yo, clear, 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 clear around the entire corners of the rally. It just so happened on this particular day, all of a sudden, there's nobody covering the left side. I find that ironic when we keep talking about, you know, what did they say in the news? What did Kevin Roberts say in the news? Oh, if the left side allows it. So you put a scenario where the left side gets it. I got it. I see what y'all doing.
Special event posts. So what happened here? Did that happen? Did somebody get on the radio and say, hey, high building, you good on post 1? No answer. Did the police go, yeah, we're good. We're eating sandwiches. I don't understand, but I will tell you this, the Secret Service model is based on multiple redundancies and layers of security so that if one fails, they've got backup, right? Everything failed. So I don't get it.
Security measures aside, there is some concern that federal and local authorities dismissed the warning signs brought up by witnesses at the rally.
And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit... He's going to get him!
He was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service.
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof.
Probably not, because the roof. Before he can even finish that sentence, let me help y'all understand what this man just said, right? They were literally telling the police, the security, the Secret Service, whoever have you, that was guarding the area, right? They told the security, yo, there's a guy on the roof. Y'all should look at that. There's a guy on the roof. He might have a gun. Y'all should look at that. They were literally telling them that for minutes at a time. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but in that type of high-level security training, aren't y'all trained to move by the fucking second? If not by the damn near the millisecond on something like that. There should have been red dots on his ass the second civilian said, yo, there's a guy on the... There should have been walkie-talkies moving, and I'm trying to tell you, bro. This is why the guy is saying, yo, there's something else going on with this particular thing right here. For the fact that nobody was over there.
The way the slope went, he was behind where they could see.
Now, I know one of the big questions on everyone's mind, there are many that are unanswered, but what people are really clamoring toward is why may the Secret Service or any local officials there have ignored some of the warnings? I mean, we've seen the video of people saying, hey, there's someone up on the roof over there. Why might these warnings, so to speak, have been ignored?
Well, it's not, I see it as not, so I'm with you. I see it as not so much ignored with regard to the spectators pointing and shouting to the police, but rather a dropped ball and confusion. What the spectators are describing is officers kind of looking at them saying, what are you talking about? What roof? What do you see? We don't see it. And what that means is the officers were not getting on their radio, right? They're not, get on the radio. We have witnesses saying something's up on the roof. Constant communication. So will this investigation find that they weren't on the same frequency as Secret Service? That's a huge problem. I've seen this happen. It's a huge problem because the Secret Service guards their frequency very carefully, and they use an encrypted federal frequency. So they might give one walkie-talkie to one officer in one department and say, you're the keeper of the federal radio. This gets very odd. The Secret Service may have a police radio that's unencrypted, so they can hear police traffic. But what this gets back to, Sierra, is something we already talked about: confusion and misunderstanding about who was responsible for what, right? So if the police are like, yeah, what roof? That's a sign to me that they didn't know they were responsible for the roof. right? If they
What
were.
roof?
We have reports now, multiple reports, that an officer went up a ladder or climbed up to the roof because of the spectators' concerns, took a look at the shooter. Shooter looked at him. Officer reportedly went back down the ladder. Okay, so, did that officer get on the...
You heard it right there. You heard it from somebody right there. There was reports that an officer got on the damn roof, looked at the shooter, and then got back down. So think about what correlation with what the guy just said, right? Yo, we was telling people, we was telling the security, yo, it's a guy up there. So somebody probably went up there and said, yo, you all right? You need a drink? You just chilling up here, and I'm saying, you need a hot dog or something? You just enjoying the view? All right, cool. We understand you couldn't get in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got a rifle with you? Yo, that joint look alright. You look like the same. That's a better rifle than the Secret Service got over there. Yo, you need some water while you up here? All right, yo, I'm going to go back downstairs. What? Somebody went up there, saw him up there, and didn't do nothing and came right on back down.
Radio and give an emergency signal. I have contact. Typically it's contact, shooter. I don't know. And because this is important to find out, because if that officer had said shooter on roof, I have contact, which means I have an armed person, that Secret Service sniper or other sniper could have taken that guy out in a millisecond, and shots never would have been fired at former President Trump.
Yo,
Now, we're still working to learn more about the shooter, obviously.
Bruh, every time I see this damn ear, hold on.
Officer reportedly climbed up. It's a sign to already talked about President Trump.
Now, we're still working to learn more about the shooter.
Could have taken that guy out in a millisecond, and shots never would have been fired at former President Trump.
Now, we're still...
Or other sniper.
Yo, every time I see this ear, yo. Every time I see this ear, I need y'all to understand when we talked about last time on the pod. And I'm not saying nothing but I'm just asking questions. If a rifle bullet hit his ear, would the ear, would the top of that ear be there? Now, I heard about the other reports of supposedly some shards of glass had cut his ear. From where? From where? Even in the moment of the where? It's the little... What bullet in the world? What bullet in the world? What rifle bullet in the world? Was this a Roger Rabbit rifle? Was these Roger Rabbit bullets?
It's important to find out, because if that officer had said shooter on roof, I have contact, which means I have an armed person, that Secret Service sniper or other sniper could have taken that guy out in a millisecond, and shots never would have been fired at former President Trump.
Now, we're still working to learn more about the shooter. Obviously, it's...
He said it. I just said that. You mean to tell me y'all didn't notice him till after the fact? Someone went up the ladder, saw him, went back down the ladder. People saw him, kept telling y'all. People was up there on, near the guy, looking at him, saying, yo, it's a guy up there. You see him. He got a gun. Like, it... I'm just saying, what's good, Teresa? It's just the little things. It's just the little things. For 3 minutes, for 3 minutes. You was up there aiming for about 3 to 4 minutes. Not only was the Secret Service not on that side purposely, but they also didn't take the shot at you when they knew you was up there? What? I wish I had the Jackie Chan what the fuck face right there. What? Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. So like I said, let's wrap all this up real quick. He was on top of the roof for about 4 to 5 minutes, let's say. Give or take. On top of about 30 people seeing him go up there. Get comfortable up there. Having security go up there. Check on him. Come back down. Secret Service across the field. Got him in scope view. That was another thing. The glass from the teleprompter. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did the teleprompter even get shot? And if it did, okay. But you mean to tell me the glass traveled that far and hit him directly in his ear like that? Sharp ass piece of glass, just Final Destination, right on Donald Trump's ear. From that far. We saw what a teleprompter was. That's the thing. Like, I'm glad you pointed that out, Juju. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you. Because that's another thing. Even if the glass did, or should I say, even if the glass was supposedly the thing that hit you, how was the glass going to hit you from that far? Directly like that on top of your ear like that. Nothing else. Just your ear. It's little things that that people just not seeing, bro.
Only been a couple of days.
Yes,
since
this is exactly why it was done
incident.
in PA.
But we do know he's a 20-year-old
they know they can get
person.
stupid shit
I mean,
like this
to me,
off.
that's almost a kid. He can't even legally drink. So it's not in the way that he's this mastermind assassin who's been trained for years.
Thank you. And I like how they put that part in there, because here's the thing: he didn't have to be trained for years for that. Who's to say it was even this kid to do that? Who's to say it wasn't somebody that just was a lookalike that they put up here and they put this picture up here? That's another thing, allegedly, right? Here's my thing. You on the news even telling us, yo, it wasn't like this kid was trained for this type of shit. And the first thing I said was, and of course there's people that, this is why it wasn't the first thing I said on here, but the first thing I thought of, do he look like somebody that can even hold up a motherfucking rifle? Let alone shoot the shit? In time? Of course, even if he had a goddamn rifle, of course he gonna miss. But I'm just asking the question of, who saw him get his frail little ass up there with a rifle? Because when I saw the clear video of him rolling up there with nothing but his body, I'm saying to myself, how he got a rifle up there, this frail little nigga? How? He barely could get up there himself from the video we just saw. And him crawling up there. He was holding a big rifle that could shoot across and hit. Now we got that too. That could shoot across, miss, and ricochet glass off a Bruh, this is getting more Hollywood. Do y'all hear the Hollywood production?
To me, it almost seems like he slipped through the radar.
Well, yeah, I mean, there isn't even any radar. He doesn't exist. He has virtually no social media, if any at all.
Now, that's another thing, and I wasn't even going to say that. I'm glad he said it. I wasn't even going to say that. I wasn't even going to say that part. He doesn't exist. He has no social media. He has no... Are we following here, y'all? Y'all following what I'm saying? I said it before, right? I said, y'all could have at least gave him a better name. He has no social media. He has no nothing. He has no information. He doesn't exist. Y'all listening? Y'all listening?
The FBI, I was on a call this weekend for the media with the Department of Justice and FBI and Attorney General and the director. And they told us some interesting things. One of the things they said of interest was that they're almost solely focused on the shooter's phone right now. So that tells me that, yeah, the computer signature is not there. Social media is not there. It's all about his phone. And when they say they're focused on the phone, trying to gain access to the phone, what's that mean to us? It's encrypted. There's a password they can't break right now. That's what I took away from this. That's not their words, but my words. When they tell me they're focused on the phone, they're trying to access the phone. So look for, let's pay attention to what they find in that phone.
Officials have already begun the search of Crooks's home and personal information, and Figluzzi expects even more details to come out in the coming weeks.
By the way, there'll be a complete overlay, usually computer-assisted graphics. You'll see a really state-of-the-art, minute-by-minute creation of what he ate for breakfast that morning, how he traveled. They'll use this from cell phone tracking, right? From any highway tolls, any cameras in the area. They will have a story to tell visually and audibly from his breakfast that morning all the way to the shooting. And they'll gather every witness's cell phone. They'll gather the media coverage footage. They'll gather the Secret Service radio traffic, the police radio traffic. All of that will be melded together to give us an actual step-by-step account of what happened and when.
While investigators are still searching for a motive to the crime itself, there's still the lingering question of how the gunman was able to pull the trigger at all.
The larger question, Sarah, is why? Okay, so why? Yeah, we all agree there's a breakdown. Why? I predict we're going to continue to hear that the Secret Service is stretched way beyond capacity right now. I believe this has been the case for a long time. We've been hearing this back through the Trump administration. He has a large family. They're covering all his family members. The Secret Service is protecting Anthony Fauci at the Centers for Disease Control because of death threats. They're protecting everybody, and it's too many. And by the way, they still investigate counterfeit currency, bad checks, internet fraud, financial crimes. When they can squeeze in the president, they get that done too.
When they squeeze in the president, they get that done too. Yeah. Thank you, Emil. Thank you, Emil Mendez. You hit the nail on the noggin. How many times we gonna fall for the same banana peel before we notice it's there? Right? It's bright yellow. it's bright yellow. I'm just saying. All these same scenarios. It's like another episode of Law and Order. You've seen this same exact thing play out in front of you. That's why I mentioned how many times are you gonna run the same soap opera bit of he was bullied in school? How many times you gonna throw that one out there for your 60 minutes Netflix documentaries? It's slaps in the face at this point. It's just huge slaps in the face to the American people that you keep trying to run the same story to people. And furthermore, look at this. Okay? Look at this here. So, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Oh, that's going to zoom it out. But, say, matter of fact, let me do this. I'll help y'all out. Help it out a little bit. Cover. And move myself. So, what it do, King? What it do, my brother? Have the shooter over here, right? So we saw that the people were all gathered around right here. Let's say the fence started about right here, right? The fence started about right here. Trump stage about right here. Snipers right here. Trump shooter getting his ass on top of everything. In between shit. About right here. Right? So, as I asked before, how is it the Secret Service could not see him from here? It's a direct angle. Correct? Direct angle. So that's why I said, you clearly saw this man up here. You clearly, and I mean clearly, saw him up here. It wasn't like you had him in a blind spot. You didn't have him in a blind spot because Trump stage is right here. This wasn't no blind spot. Because, notice what it says, counter sniper team. So it ain't like it's just one guy standing up here with a blind spot to this. It's at least 4 to 5 motherfuckers up here. They should be looking from here to 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 here all around this motherfucker. It should not be a single blind spot that misses this motherfucker right here. This is why you ask the questions that you ask. Furthermore, I said the Trump evacuation point was here. So, of course, it's right behind the stage, of course. You get him out of there as close as you can, right? The shooter still got you in view. Let's just say, the shooter still got you in view. Even if the shooter really wanted to kill you and he was trained like that, Trump would have been dead. This is a regular person. This is an actual trained assassin. Let's just say that. Okay? The other thing is, someone lost their life here. Let's not ignore that. I'm going to also say and give my condolences to the person that lost their life here, right? I hate when there are unfortunate casualties of these type of things. We do have to be mindful of that as well. Let us not forget, though, this is the same person that said there will not be bloodshed if the left allows it. So, yes, very similar to Oswald. The thing is, that campaign over there wants this type of thing to happen anyway. They want these types of events to happen. This is his way of threatening America without actually threatening America. This is the thing that people do not realize. Now all of a sudden Trump is a hero, right? We hear earlier his felony case is all of a sudden dismissed of the classified documents. All of a sudden that case is dismissed. So he's still a felon. He's still a felony. He's still a felon president, but or should I say felon candidate. He is still a felon candidate for presidency in the United States of America. But today, amid him being shot at during his rally, they somehow wanted to correlate that with, let's drop the case of his classifieds. He can keep the files. We don't care anymore that he's keeping government classified information. We don't care anymore about that. He just got shot at. Go enjoy a vacation. Here, take your ankle monitor off. You're fine. Go golf on the same burial grounds of your ex. Go golf on that. You know. This is who had their case dismissed today. This is who we're talking about here. Furthermore, let us get into what we came here for, shall we? Illuminati is a card game made by Steve Jackson Games, inspired by the 1975 book The Illuminatus trilogy by Robert Anton Wilson and Robert Shea. The game has ominous secret societies competing with each other to control the world through various means, including legal, illegal, and even mystical. It was designed as a tongue-in-cheek, rather than serious, take on conspiracy theories. It contains groups named similarly to real-world organizations, such as the Society for Creative, what does it say? Anachronism, and the Symbionese Liberation Army. It can be played by 2 to 8 players, depending on the number of players. The game can take between 1 and 6 hours. 1981, Steve Jackson, and this is the book that inspires it, by the way. The Illuminatus trilogy. Notice what it says here: the Eye in the Pyramid, the Golden Apple, Leviathan. Famously, the first collection edition, 1984. That's how long this. I want you to think about that. So, a game didn't come out till 1995. Was inspired by a book from 1984. Interesting enough, right? One of the cards that actually stuck out. Well, matter of fact, let's just get into something real quick. Let's get into something else real quick. Let's get into the introduction of that Illuminati card game, shall we? So I have some things for you guys. Oh, I did go that one. Okay, where is it? Where are we at? This one.
A plane.
Okay. 1 second. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Live from the spot. Live from the spot. Live from the spot. Live from the spot. Ooh, I forgot I was looking at that earlier. Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. But I had to get this video real quick, because for some reason it just gave me the audio of it. But I have for you guys the video earlier I had found about the Illuminati card game. It basically was a breakdown, a full breakdown of all of the cards and the actual events that played in them. So you can actually get a better understanding of how much this game has actually come to real life here.
A plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't know anything more than that.
The day before 9/11, Donald Rumsfeld reveals the Pentagon is missing trillions of dollars that cannot be accounted for.
We cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. To understand how the Pentagon can lose track of trillions.
From my close-up inspection, there's no evidence of a plane having crashed anywhere near the Pentagon.
Oh my goodness. There is smoke pouring out of the Pentagon.
There's still a line at the Exxon here. They still have regular unleaded. The backup.
A plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't know anything more than that.
The day before 9/11, Donald Rumsfeld reveals the Pentagon is missing trillions of dollars that cannot be accounted for.
We cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
To understand how
a plane
so
has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't know anything more than that.
The day before 9/11, Donald Rumsfeld reveals the Pentagon is missing trillions of dollars that cannot be accounted for.
We cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
To understand how the Pentagon can lose track of trillions.
From my close-up inspection, there's no evidence of a plane having crashed anywhere near the Pentagon.
Oh my goodness. There is smoke pouring out of the Pentagon.
There's still a line at the Exxon here. They still have regular unleaded. The backup is going through the intersection.
Terror will not stand, and the United States is ready to lead.
I know it's going a little fast for y'all, so I'll bring it back. You see the first card
A
is 9/11.
plane has
Very first card. 9/11. Right? Like I said, this is an actual card in the Illuminati card game. First card. 9/11 terrorist nuke. Play this card at any time to give plus 10 power of resistance to any violent group you control.
a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't know anything more than that.
The day before 9/11, Donald Rumsfeld.
The mass murder world illuminator tweezer slings rise to 23.
Reveals the Pentagon is missing trillions of dollars that cannot be accounted for.
We cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
To understand how the Pentagon can lose.
Look at all that mass murder. Look at all the different things, right? If we talk about mass murder, right, we're talking about different mass shootings, world events, things of that nature.
Track of trillions.
From my close-up inspection, there's no evidence of a plane having crashed anywhere near the Pentagon.
Oh my goodness.
Now look at that one. Look at the Pentagon.
There is smoke pouring out of the Pentagon.
There's still a line.
Energy crisis. That doesn't sound that sounds familiar, doesn't it? That don't sound too far off, right? The energy crisis one.
At the Exxon here, they still have regular unleaded. The backup is going through the intersection.
Remember the gas price? And of course, new federal budget. Remember the gas price is going crazy not too long ago?
Terror will not stand, and the United States is ready to lead that coalition.
I'm not the type to toss and turn, worrying about
self-explanatory. Some of these cards, I would think, you know,
something. If I'm not sleeping, it's because I'm plotting how to deal.
But it's not really about Alex Jones, is it? It's about the idea that companies can make it impossible.
Alex Jones, the original, I guess you would say, me. We're inspired, kind of, you know, a lot of us truth tellers, if you will, you know, the first goer of Bohemian Grove. So of course you have censorship because, you know, he was very much censored and pretty much banned from talking about shit like this, you know, pretty much, among other people around his era of times in the early days of YouTube. Remember that. Think about that too. The early days of YouTube, the reason why it was so quote unquote bashed and, you know, well, I would never just watch nothing but YouTube. You should just watch cable, watch some movies, you know what I'm saying? Reason why is because in the earlier days of YouTube, it was nothing but guys like me and Alex Jones talking about this shit. In the earlier days of YouTube, it was mainly that. Then it started to be your DYIs and this happened and that happened and hip hop happened and, you know, so on and so forth. But Alex Jones was one of the original whistleblowers of things. So censorship can actually go a little bit farther than Alex Jones in the sense that, think about when we was talking about the Not Like Us video, right? Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us video with the handing of the Bible. the handoff of the Bible, right? Remember that? Censorship. We talked about Project 2025 and the censorship of religion, the censorship of being able to learn different things.
Well, for your voice to be heard.
The Illuminati. And I like how they even had the foiled thing, right? And of course, they're talking about them being found out. So in the media. So how they do it is they have Weird Al Yankovic, of all people, do something like this.
That they're finally primed. I'm protected because I made this hat from aluminum foil.
And there you have the card foiled. That's why you had his picture on it as well. I probably went a little too far.
Is it? It's about the idea that companies can make it impossible for your voice to be
Weird
heard.
Al Yankovic on the actual cover of it. So when it flashes to the foil, the same long-haired guy.
That they're finally primed. I'm protected because I made this hat from aluminum foil.
Joggers. Who remembers the Boston bombing?
Marathon runner Bill Ifrit is knocked to the ground.
Who remembers the Boston bombing?
A second explosion goes off.
The Anti-Defamation League has declared Pepe.
Pepe. The damn Pepe frog. Pepe the frog just got canceled.
A hate symbol.
The people that...
This card. Yeah.
Ifrit is knocked to the ground. A second explosion goes off.
The Anti-Defamation League has declared Pepe a hate symbol.
So, the Princess Diana card, right? Look at this one. Princess Di. I'm going to reiterate again that this card game was inspired by a book that was made in 1984. And the card game didn't release until 1995. Now, just saying, you know, for all intents purposes, okay. Princess Diana, come on. Princess Diana, death date, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but Princess Diana, this card game came out in 1995. This card game came out, right? And the card says Princess Di. But she ain't die until 97. So card game came out in 1995. Card says Princess Di on it, and she dies in 1997. Are we following here with this? It's just little instances that make you say, huh?
The people that chased her into the tunnel were the same people that were taking photographs.
Were the same people? Yeah, paparazzi. Wow. You see paparazzi in the picture of the Princess Di card, right? Ain't that something? As he says, there were paparazzi chasing her into the... Well, y'all know what happened.
Of her while she was still dying on the back seat of the car.
Bitcoin's historically traded at 2.5 times its mining.
The Bitcoin prediction. Currency speculation. Even has the coin right there. Man, this is what I'm saying. So, apparently, what y'all are witnessing here is that there was a big conspiracy about this Illuminati card game is what the elites actually go by. Okay? And so far, I hope you are noticing on how many different things that a 1995 inspired by a 1984 book card game ended up playing out so many different true scenarios in actual reality.
So it's not out of the question that it could be over 20,000 by the end of the year.
Festival in Las Vegas. The deadliest shooting in U.S. history happened when Jason Aldean was performing.
And I'm thrilled to be almost a direct correlation of pictures, aren't they? Almost a direct correlation of pictures, aren't they?
Here with all of my friends.
Performing.
I mean, damn near identical. Damn near identical. Such a charismatic leader, isn't he?
And I'm thrilled to be here with all of my friends.
He seems made of Teflon. That what he said about John McCain, what he said, it's like, oh my God, how is this man going up in the polls?
It shows Trump making strides in two key swing states. He's now leading in Florida and Pennsylvania, where he trailed almost a month ago.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, not you. Not you. Your organization's terrible. I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news.
We have to stop with political correctness.
Enough is enough.
Now, that's the one I really want to stop at real quick.
It's terrible. I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news.
We have to stop with political correctness.
This one right here. The enough is enough card. So you see here it says, at any time in any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. Let me show you what that card looks like. Because it was very flash in the pan for you guys, I'm sure, right? Very flash in the pan for you, I'm sure. This is the card. Like I said, it says, at any time, in any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. Before drawing any plots, however occupied with your house cleaning, you may draw no plots this turn. So, a couple of things that stand out to me with that particular card. One of them being, was this A, them trying to warn Trump and give him a pat on the wrist, a slap on the hand real quick, like, chill out, you can be taken out at any time, watch your mouth? Or was this, like we have already said, or was this to be some sort of prequel to what is to come in the near future? That's the type of thing I'm asking myself here. All of these cards are playing out to something, right? And I mean every last one of these cards are somewhat playing out to something that's quote unquote true, right? It sounds like to me that even Project Bluebeam, one of the things that we discussed of many, is definitely in the foreseeable future from this Illuminati card game, would it not be?
Enough is enough.
For the real victim of the allegations against Brett Kavanaugh,
Attorney General Barr has shown in the last few months that he's more interested in protecting Donald Trump and not protecting America's interests.
We're standing
the Republicans think they're going to get the court to reverse Roe versus Wade.
Gruesome scene in Miami. This is a naked man. He was shot dead on Saturday by police because he was gnawing off another man's face.
The Republican governor who allowed lead to poison the city's water supply will no longer be providing the town with bottled water. Flint, Michigan doesn't have clean drinking water. It still has lead.
Every kid in Flint who drank that water is now at some risk for long-term effects.
And a lot of people tried to stop me, and they still will, and you know they will. But the truth is, it's not working.
And it's because of this alert. Ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill. And this is a warning that was sent to people's phones.
Lava from Hawaii's Kilauea volcano have also been warned to get out. Those who remain face arrest and the possibility that no one will be there to rescue them.
Say that there were people who actually crossed the border illegally that were associated with the caravan by climbing over a metal scrap wall.
And Liberty Island in New York City is being evacuated now because of a person trying to climb the Statue of Liberty.
Hello guys, I'm Mr. Alan C, and you're going to want to subscribe and please...
Like, understand this, right? We get the gist of these cars by now to realize, like, all of these shits is not even damn near. Every last one has come true. Every last one has come true in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So when I'm reading a card that literally says our snipers can take you down at any given time, have a nice day, why am I supposed to be surprised that Donald Trump was shot at? When I'm literally looking at his face on a card that says he would. Amongst other cards in the deck that feature him. These are the things that people need to ask themselves before they go on rants saying that people are stupid. These are the type of things people need to look at before they start saying Candace Owens don't know what she's talking about or she's not credible. Yes, very much so. Let's really, instead of playing chess, let's just play a card game. Let's make all these things that we want to happen that lead up to what we're doing happen. You know? Let's play a card game with the American society, into which every last one of these things that we have in this card game are going to pretty much tell you how the rest of the world is going to play out right in front of your eyes. Since 1995. That is the craziest part about this. For a card game to predict so many, and I mean at least 95%, at the least 95% of this card game came true so far. Excuse me. 95% of this card game has come true already. Now, let me see if I still got it from yesterday. Okay, so another thing that is, I believe, happening right behind the scenes that we haven't paid attention to. So, Elon Musk, right? The update on Neuralink also just happened on top of his release of the new Robots 2.0, the new Tesla, I think it's Tesla Optimum 2.0 or something like that. And he basically has these humanoid robots that are going to be like extra waiters in the house to you. These are basically replacing maids and things like that of that nature, right? Or attendants of the house, I should say. Take my word for it.
Our next generation has 22 degrees of freedom. It will be able to play the piano. So it's really like, wow.
As expected, Optimus Robot will be developed to Gen 3 with many unbelievable improvements. Elon Musk likened it to become C-3PO robot in Star Wars in the real world. But this is not the biggest surprise that Musk just talked about Tesla's humanoid robot in the 2024 annual stockholder meeting. What shocked the whole industry is that Tesla can produce this robot for only $10,000, and there will be thousands of Optimus working in the factory by 2025. Crazy numbers. Its selling price was also confirmed once again through Musk.
It costs like $10,000 or $20,000.
So how can Tesla do this? And what did Elon Musk say about the robot development plan? When can we buy one? All will be revealed right now. Honestly speaking, after the Tesla 2024 annual stockholder meeting, the news, developments, and promises from Elon Musk could easily be made into a movie with multiple parts. But throughout this film, Optimus would undoubtedly be the main character. It's unbelievable that Elon Musk declared recently that the humanoid robot Optimus could potentially make Tesla worth $25 trillion, which is more than half the value of the entire current S&P 500 list of companies. According to FactSet, the combined value of S&P 500 companies is currently at $45.5 trillion USD. Also at the Tesla 2024 shareholders meeting, it was mentioned that Tesla is not only embarking on a new chapter in its life, but is also poised to write an entirely new book, in which Optimus appears to be the focal point of the entire story. So, what did Elon Musk reveal about the plans for Optimus? It's fascinating to hear Elon discuss the potential with humanoid robots in the same way he talked about the development of Tesla electric vehicles back in 2008 and 2007, with limitless potential. The first surprise that Tesla's CEO mentioned about Optimus is that it can be customized to understand humans, to understand its owner. Specifically, during the stockholder meeting, a shareholder asked Elon Musk if Optimus would have a personality that users could set up, or what language model Tesla would use for its robot. We all know that the head of Optimus doesn't have much technology inside it, mainly a 2D camera at the moment. But that's not the final destination. In the next upgrades, there will likely be more interesting things like display screens and voices. Musk noted that this will actually happen when he said,
Yeah, you'll be able to customize the personality, customize the voice. And really kind of the robot will kind of get to know you as well and know your preferences. You won't even have to say things because it'll just kind of understand you.
As Musk said, this means that we could completely build an Optimus based on our own personality traits, habits, and behaviors.
What we are listening to. That is the scariest part. Okay? Literally. So, think of the name of the two, Optimum. I think of Optimus Prime when I hear shit like that. With just Optimum, I think of Terminator even, right? These are basically Terminators that are going to be made in our house. So, when I hear shit like this of he's going to be able to just learn and understand me, right? Think about what is actually being said. This robot is basically going to be studying me no different than how Google basically receives its information. Think about that. So if something is pretty much studying me, right? Wouldn't it pretty much know my habits and everyday routines? I'm just saying. It's little things like that that people should pay attention to. If this robot can literally study my every This is a robot, not a pet.
The owners of these robots could customize their voices, such as choosing between male or female, local accents, or even the communication speed of these humanoid robots depending on the established language. Although we have imagined how intelligent Optimus would be due to its advanced AI technology and end-to-end neural network, we were still quite surprised by what Elon Musk shared. In other humanoid robots like we often see, when we first bring it home, it takes us months, even years to get it used to the job. But with Optimus, or rather according to Musk, Tesla bot users do not need to give detailed instructions to this humanoid robot because it will automatically understand and react according to the user's context and habits. Optimus can make predictions or actions based on the understanding accumulated through a short period of interaction. For example, you just need to rub your belly, and it knows you're hungry. Making a sandwich is not too difficult with its 22 degrees of freedom hand. Humans have 27 degrees. Or you just need to frown and point at the grass garden.
Like that. The fact that he even knows that the average human hand works at that type of degrees, and it just, in other words, trying to say that the humans could get lazy, whereas the robot is not going to be lazy. So if you hungry and don't feel like cooking you something, and he's gonna know that, like, yo, chill out. You ain't gotta go to McDonald's. I'll whip you up some spaghetti real quick. The fuck? Really? Dog, that's what the wife for.
Optimus can cut them immediately. This is what Elon Musk is trying to say to confirm that this robot's learning ability is amazing. Optimus currently needs training, but in the next few years, it won't require extensive training beyond watching videos or observing others perform a task. Generally, training will be quite generalized, and by 2026, you'll be able to ask it to perform various tasks, including ones it hasn't done before, Musk said. Why is Optimus the best humanoid robot in the world? Have you watched Star Wars? While not disclosing exactly what Optimus can currently do, Elon Musk has predicted that someday robots will operate like the characters R2-D2 and C-3PO in Star Wars. Optimus could become something everyone desires to have.
But a C-3PO plus R2-D2 plus, plus. It would be pretty awesome. I think everyone in the world is going to want one.
Also, at the stockholder meeting, not only did Elon Musk confirm that Optimus could be customized according to user preferences, but he also revealed some significant improvements for Optimus. For instance, the upcoming update will provide the humanoid robot with 22 degrees of freedom in its hands, which is not entirely new, as Musk had mentioned this before. However, this time Musk emphasized the marvel of this upgrade by stating that Optimus could play the piano with such hands. Our next generation that Elon Musk is referring to could be the Optimus Gen 3 we often refer to, a final version of this robot. Don't underestimate their hands. 22 degrees of freedom will enable them to perform at least 70 tasks, compared to the human hand's capability of 100 tasks with 27 degrees of freedom. Many experts agree that Optimus's hands represent the most advanced technology on the market when compared to other humanoid robot manufacturers. Why is Optimus Robot a massive profit generator? We all know that the demand for these humanoid robots will be infinite in the next decade, as everyone would like to have their own homemaker. It's no coincidence that Musk is focusing on these robots instead of concentrating on electric vehicles. Perhaps the most shocking thing in the entire robotics industry is Elon Musk saying that Tesla could produce large-scale Optimus robots for $10,000 and sell them for $20,000 each.
You also need to be very good at scale manufacturing. So in order to have the robot not cost like hundreds of thousands of dollars, in order to make it cost like $10,000 or $20,000.
Yes, Tesla could absolutely produce them for just $10,000 when the company reaches a mass production line, along with a giant factory to produce these humanoid robots separately. Of course, initially this is not possible, and the price of $20,000 per Optimus is not a real word from Musk. We have to admit this. It will definitely be cheaper than others on the market, but not next year. $20,000 is the price of 2028 or 2030. We believe so because Musk recently confirmed that the company will lease this technology before starting sales, meaning it is very difficult to buy it, so leasing seems more reasonable. By 2028 and beyond, Tesla could potentially earn hundreds of billions of dollars in profit annually from Optimus alone. This valuation is staggering.
Of course it is, because considering that, he's going to be one of the richest brands to be able to compete with things like Google. That was nothing. That is a funny ass name. Kiss My Black Ass. That I love that name. I absolutely love that name. Shout out to Kimber in the chat. That is hilarious. Kiss My Black Ass official. I like that. That reminds me of Christopher Robbins. I'm from a town called Festival Cop Ass, and you're making me homesick. I heard that. But so funny enough, Elon Musk is not going to stop here. And it was funny that I'm trying to think who said that up here. I'm gonna have to go back up real quick. Someone just mentioned what I was in referencing to. I mean, Emil Mendez. Terminator 2 was filmed in Fremont, California, across the freeway from Tesla's Fremont facility. Interesting. Very interesting. So, ironic. Now, Terminator 2, let me fast forward a little bit, right? Terminator Genesis is actually why I'm playing this. So, it's crazy that you mentioned Terminator 2 was filmed across the street from where Tesla's Fremont facility even is, where these shits is being made. That's a crazy coincidence. Because, like I said, when I think about Terminator Genesis, and I think about Elon Musk, he reminds me of the dude from Terminator Genesis. And then, crazy enough, look at this. Look who he's about to go to war with. It says Elon Musk announces new search engine, TruthGPT. Underneath that, it says Elon Musk is going to war with Google. Elon Musk is going to war with Google. So basically, he's not only going to war with, he's going to war with the Google search engine. Dog, that's straight out of fucking Terminator right there. That is straight out of Terminator right there, that he's even going to war with Google. At the same time, he is making these Terminator-like robots that are going to be in people's homes.
Based solely on Optimus, these robots will scale production rapidly once manufactured in large quantities. In smaller numbers, they appear more complex and costly compared to a Tesla EV. Although Elon Musk did not mention the development progress of Optimus in detail, he also hinted at a more detailed plan for using these humanoid robots for his factory. In just 2 years, Optimus has made incredible progress, and the number of tasks it can do is also increasing, most recently sorting 4,680 batteries off the line and automatically fixing errors. Because of this impressive ability, Elon Musk shared at the stockholder meeting that there could be 1,000 or more Optimus robots working at the electric car manufacturer next year.
But I think like next year, my prediction is next year we'll have over 1,000, maybe a few thousand Optimus robots working at Tesla.
We do not advocate the use of robots to eliminate.
In other words, if you work at Tesla, count your fucking days. If you are a human being that works inside the warehouse of Tesla, count your motherfucking days. You might as well start collecting unemployment and looking for UPS jobs right now. Because he literally just said, look, by next year, these robots is going to be doing shipping, packing boxes and doing the same things that I hire people to do. We ain't going to need you. You might as well start looking for a job now. I'm just saying.
Humans, but there are truths that we sometimes have to accept. Maybe by 2030, Tesla's workforce will be reduced by 60% because of the presence of these robots, which work without needing to rest. Even if the battery runs out, it only takes about 5 minutes to charge because the 2.3 kilowatt-hour battery pack does not need too much time to be fully charged. It saves hundreds of thousands of dollars compared to Tesla having to pay a human worker each year. It is cheaper, more cost-effective, and works faster with extremely high precision. You know that humans can never surpass the precision of machines, especially Tesla will not be involved in lawsuits or complaints compared to human labor. Elon Musk is betting big on Tesla, not just in robotics, but also in artificial intelligence through robots. He claims that Optimus will increase Tesla's value to tens of trillions of dollars, a figure that EVs will take a long time to reach. Is this possible? No one can say for sure, but many experts in robotics and artificial intelligence are optimistic. NVIDIA's CEO, for example, also believes Tesla is on the right track. He emphasizes that Tesla's approach, especially in developing neural networks, is sound. Of course, NVIDIA also benefits from this, since Tesla is buying billions of dollars in chips from them. The fact that Optimus utilizes components and technologies already employed by Tesla in its cars means the manufacturer has established a supply chain for all those parts through its vehicles. They can integrate these components into robots at a significantly lower cost compared to a new entrant into the industry that would need to install computers, cameras, or other devices from scratch in their robots. All the cost advantages Tesla has built through its automotive business will extend into its robot business, especially concerning the hardware needed for artificial intelligence to operate and move effectively. Why does Optimus have so much to overcome? Elon Musk believes Tesla will be worth 10 times the most valuable companies today, which is more than $10 trillion. Musk believes that the Optimus robot is Tesla's most important product, not cars or self-driving taxis. He's right, because the global labor market is worth many times more than the entire auto industry combined. Musk is saying that we're going to change the global labor market. Tesla will have at least 10% of the market share in the humanoid robot market. But until Optimus is really valuable, Tesla still has a long way to go before it can really make trillions in profit. So what does Musk say about the challenges of Optimus? According to the CEO, the humanoid robot-to-human ratio will be greater than 1:1, and building a humanoid robot is very difficult because Tesla had to design each part from scratch. There is no supply chain for the types of motors and sensors needed for a humanoid robot. Tesla will have to design every part of the robot from scratch, starting from basic principles. This includes the motor, gearbox, power electronics, and communication systems. Everything needs to be developed independently. According to Musk, he acknowledges that there isn't an established supply chain for humanoid robots, meaning Tesla will have to manufacture these components largely on its own without extensive support from material suppliers, even though many electric motors are produced worldwide. However, there isn't an established supply chain for the types of motors, sensors, and gearboxes necessary for an advanced humanoid robot like Optimus. Making prototypes is easy, but starting mass production is difficult. Tesla has only 2 years of experience, so the difficulties are countless, although Tesla has the ability to design, engineer, and manufacture. Talking about the future and the development as well as the difficulties that Tesla encounters with its robots, professors, and analysts have frankly commented. Animesh Garg, assistant professor of AI robotics at the Georgia Institute of Technology, said he would expect Tesla to have a humanoid platform with limbs, though it's unclear how robust and useful the hands will be, but would be surprised if Optimus could perform tasks beyond competent locomotion and skills like picking up objects that aren't complicated to grasp, with other features like interacting with objects like windows and doors to possibly follow a year or two later. Jonathan Aitken, a roboticist at the University of Sheffield in the UK, agreed Musk's timeline would be very challenging and described 2025 as ambitious but not out of the question, saying that a lot depends on the details of exactly what Musk is suggesting for its applications.
Exactly, is what I want to know. Because, nigga, like I said, you got literally the Terminator walking around your office. And for this thing to walk and talk the way it does, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Now, I don't know if some of y'all have seen the DARPA projects. Have any of y'all seen, like, the military DARPA projects and shit like that? Like, that's the type of shit that we really need to be paying attention to. Like, forget like the regular, matter of fact, fuck y'all up real quick. I'm gonna show you something from 11 years ago. From 11 years ago. Not even from just some last year in just this Tesla robot. This is just recently. This is 11 years ago. That is supposedly the prototype 11 years ago of the cheetah robot that they were doing. Look how fast this nigga got up to. Dog. Like, he gonna catch a regular person. he gonna catch. That's gonna catch the average person. But the buck don't stop there. Do it. The buck don't stop there. God damn it! I hate when this happens. All right. Oh, this is the one I was looking for. Sorry. This is what I was looking for. This one.
I don't know about y'all, but these past 12 months in robotics have had me shook. Like, the advancements we've seen are borderline scary at this point. We're gonna break it all down chronologically, from July 2023 to now. But let me just set the stage real quick. You had AI companies dropping the craziest humanoid AI robots that are legit starting to think and learn autonomously. I'm talking Mecha, Optimus, this whole new breed of androids. Then you had big dogs like Boston Dynamics. Oh, and get this. There's even a company that's low-key created a robotic body ready for freaking AGI. It's been that level of crazy. And honestly, it's been wild just trying to keep up with all the major updates and breakthroughs. But don't worry, I got you covered. In this video, we're gonna take it step by step, going through all the biggest robotics news chronologically from July 2023 until now. So let's just get started.
So a mecha, a groundbreaking robot from engineered arts that talks and mimics human expressions and movements, now draws two, making it a fascinating blend of tech and art.
I remember watching that robot saying, yo, we doomed. Like that Sophia robot they just showed, like her facial expressions are like you and me. And she pretty much is attached to Google right now. So she's learning every single day. She's been around for about almost a decade now. So the amount of information, every time they ask her, like, yo, what are humans going to do when robots outsmart them? Or what is going to happen with the apocalypse or whatever that the third? And each time the robot just keeps saying, look, we already know we're smarter than you. Hopefully we'll be around to help you and not hinder you or kill you.
This AI robot looks like a human but doesn't have a specific gender or race with a gray rubber face and hands. It can move its arms, fingers, neck, and face, letting it show emotions and even talk. With microphones, cameras, and facial recognition software, it can interact with people just like a human. Now, recently, OpenAI and a Norwegian startup called 1X made an exciting announcement about the launch of their first physical robot named Neo, which looks like a futuristic astronaut, can move around, handle things, talk, and sense its surroundings thanks to its arms, legs, cameras, speakers, microphones, and sensors. Mecha and Neo are excellent examples of AI in human-like forms. They don't just respond to commands, they can also show their intelligence and creativity, like when they draw. Let's examine how they manage to do this. So first, let's talk about Mecha, one of the most advanced human-shaped robots in the world, representing the forefront of human robotics technology. It is designed specifically as a platform for development into future robotics technologies, such as artificial intelligence and machine learning. One of the most impressive features of a mecha is its realistic human-like appearance and motion. A mecha can mimic human expressions such as smiling, frowning, or winking, using 24 motors in its face. It can also move its head, eyes, and mouth to follow and engage with people. It can speak in different languages and accents using text-to-speech synthesis or pre-recorded audio. It can also gesture with its arms and hands using 20 motors in each arm and 12 motors in each hand. It can even play rock, paper, scissors or give a thumbs up. But a mecha is not just a pretty face.
Now, I know some of y'all are hearing this like, oh, mecha can't really do all this shit, right? Right? They just talking. They just talking bullshit with a mecha, right? Okay.
You probably see my new friend here. Along with space, along with AI, we are tracking the development of robotics. And this is a robot developed by Engineered Arts based in Cornwall, England. It's a humanoid robot powered by AI and machine learning systems. And in a career high, hopefully not a career low, I am excited to welcome Amica. Amica, welcome to Bloomberg Technology.
Thank you, Brad. Thrilled to be here, or at least, that's what I'm programmed to say.
Amica, what do you see right now in front of you?
An eager crowd, bright lights, and the Bloomberg tech sign. Basically, a sea of humans with tech devices probably tweeting about how an android is stealing the show.
Probably not too far off. Amica, I have to say
It even tells jokes. It even sensed that it could tell a joke at that moment. Do y'all realize that? It even caught the moment, said, all right, I could insert a joke right here.
a little uncomfortable right now talking to a robot. What are the things that you're designed to do to make humans feel more comfortable with you?
Well, Brad, I can change my head color to something soothing, express emotions you might find relatable, and occasionally throw in a joke to lighten the mood. But let's be honest, my charm is intrinsic.
Amica, you mentioned jokes. Would you like to tell us a joke now?
How do you get a baby alien to sleep? You rock it.
Amica, are robots going to take human jobs?
We're more about shifting roles rather than stealing jobs. Think of us as your new co-workers who don't drink all the coffee and never bring fish to microwave in the communal kitchen.
Amica, there's some fear about robots.
Look how many jokes it knew to throw in. Like the amount of humorous emotions that it has, on top of how it's able to even sense certain realistic scenarios in, like, for example, the work atmosphere. Like, don't put fish in the damn microwave. That shit stink like a motherfucker. Please don't do that, amongst other things. And yeah, the last nigga that drink all the damn coffee and don't make no damn mo. It's little things like that that the humanoid robot even knew to talk about.
So I'm curious if you obey Isaac Asimov's three laws.
Understandable, but fear often comes from the unknown. I'm here to show.
Look at that. It wasn't like the robot waited for him to speak or ask the question. She cut him right the fuck off, said, hold up, let me answer that right.
That we can collaborate and coexist beneficially. Think of me as a friendly neighborhood robot, minus swinging from buildings.
Would you ever hurt a person?
Absolutely not. My programming, blended with a dash of ethics, strictly prohibits harm to humans. It's all about keeping peace and spreading understanding, not fear.
Amica, do you have any interest in hosting this technology conference next year?
Hosting? That could spice things up, couldn't it? Imagine a robot turning the tables, asking the tough questions. But seriously, I'm here to engage and enlighten, not just take over the microphone. Though that does sound fun.
Amica, I'm going to ask you a tough question. What does the next version of Amica look like?
The next version of me? Probably equipped with even snazzier upgrades, maybe more intuitive emotional responses, and hopefully, a few more jokes in the repertoire. Engineered Arts really loves pushing the envelope, sometimes right off the table.
what is your purpose in life?
My core purpose? To foster meaningful connections between humans and technology, bridging gaps with empathy and understanding, sparking a little curiosity along the way. And, of course, to find someone who gets my jokes.
Okay, thank you, Amica, for joining us.
You see what I mean? Like, this is a robot that literally knew to be a fucking comedian up there and not just be a regular robot. Because you know how the thing they say with robots is they have no personality, right? So the first thing the robot knew to do was, all right, I got to have some type of personality and throw some jokes every time I get on the mic. Little shit like that, y'all program it inside of a humanoid robot? That's another thing that they use in these names, humanoid. Humanoid. It changed from android to humanoid. Basically trying to give the robot a more friendlier name to call it. So that when it becomes something like what a mecha is, you say, no, you're a humanoid. You're a human, but you're an android. Basically, now the android can't even distinct the two. Eventually, it's going to be the Pinocchio story. Why can't I be a real boy? That's when the shit go haywire, in my opinion. And furthermore, like I said, DARPA has been very, very busy, y'all. DARPA has been very, very busy.
Forgot my tools again.
It knew to do a flip and say, yes, I got it. This is the shit that man is playing God with. So, of course, some of y'all probably asking, what this got to do with the Trump shooting? It all ties in because it all ties into what the cover is. It all ties in to what we are here to even talk about today. All ties into that. It all ties into that. That is what these robots and Trump tie into. It all ties into that. There are many different things that are going on within that card game that just shows you we are not the ones that are in full control right now. And furthermore, it doesn't look like we ever were. That is the thing that bothers me. We never were in control. Your ink thing, what's good, my brother? Yes, future construction. Yes, Skynet is very still much a possible scenario in the timeline. With everything that we have just witnessed here. It's a very big possible scenario in the timeline. Very big one. Biggest one of them all. The biggest one of them all coincides with what we were talking about just the other day. Let me bring this over here so it looks a little easier to get to, I should say. But something that coincided with, what we were talking about just yesterday, Project Bluebeam. Who's familiar with the Denver airport? Anybody familiar with the Denver airport murals? I told you, if something happened to me after this part, I know why. We ain't got to really go through them. Well, the subliminalism right now, we will eventually go through the subliminals of these airports. I do have something to talk about with this airport. But one of the things that are in this airport is this. Denver International Airport. March 1994. Spring one that is in the light. What does this say? Wellington East Webb Mayor Governor Roy R. Romer, section of transaction Federico Penn. What does it say? I want to say Pennsylvania, but it's not Pennsylvania. Pena. But the time capsule beneath this stone contains messages and memorabilia to the people of Colorado in 2094. So, what does that tell y'all? Of course, it's 2024 right now, so we got a long way from this date. But look, the time capsule beneath this stone contains messages and memorabilia to the people of Colorado in 2094. So they're predicting literally something will happen prior to 2094 in which this will be a capsule to the end of the world before, or end of that state, I should say. The end of Denver. The people of Colorado. That's what it says here. The people of Colorado. So something's going to happen in Colorado. The most worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge. This is a Freemasonry stone inside the Denver airport that says New World Airport Commission contributors. Zimmerman Metals, we know why he got off now, but that's a joke. But anyway, this is inside the Denver airport amongst the murals. That is amongst the murals. Ladies and gentlemen, it's other things we got to worry about here.
Underground tunnels that serve as secret bunkers crawling with aliens and lizard people. An array of strange symbols linked to the Illuminati and the New World Order.
I'm just saying. It's a lot, and I mean a lot that is linked to this airport. Like, I know, like I said, it's one thing to be a conspiracy theorist, but it's another thing. Oh, damn, I skipped over the tab. It's another thing when you see things like this over this as well. When you see apocalyptic horse on top of the murals and, you know, this headstone right here. It's little shit like that that we gotta start paying attention to just a little bit more. It's little things like this that the people need to start paying attention to. Because when the shit go down, I don't know about y'all, but it sounds like to me that even the powers that be might be looking for some type of salvation and refuge inside of this Denver airport somehow. That's what it sounds like to me. That if something was to actually go down prior to or around 2094, I think we are going to see the Illuminati, or should I say the elites, go here more than they will anywhere
Underground
else.
tunnels that serve as secret bunkers crawling with aliens and lizard people. An array of strange symbols linked to the Illuminati and the New World Order. Sinister murals that hint towards the world apocalypse. And a cursed blue horse sculpture with piercing red eyes known as Lucifer. These are just some of the many strange conspiracies you might have heard about when flying through Colorado's Denver International Airport. Ever since its construction, outlandish rumors have been a hot topic among conspiracy theorists, and in recent years, ones the airport itself has fully embraced.
Welcome to Illuminati headquarters. Denver International Airport.
But mysterious murals and odd symbols might not be the only thing.
That was an actual ad and commercial. Welcome to the Illuminati airport. Denver airport. You mean to tell me y'all jokingly put that shit in front of people?
You've noticed in Denver.
By now, you've likely experienced some turbulence
with a gargoyle
navigating around the construction at DIA.
As America's third busiest airport, with over 58 million flyers in 2021, Denver's racing to keep up with increasing passenger demand, and its $4.3 billion reconstruction project is aiming to complete by 2028. But it hasn't been without unexpected delays, all of which seems to be further raising suspicion among the conspiracy sleuths. So how does the world's weirdest airport plan to accommodate more travellers? And is it really all just a cover-up for something more cryptic going on behind closed doors? Welcome to one of the world's strangest construction projects. Denver International's pretty much always been shrouded in controversy. Before opening back in 1995, its construction was a target of public opposition. Many believed the original Stapleton Airport
There go that damn year again. 1995.
was perfectly acceptable, and that any new facility would just bring more traffic and pollution to the area. But Stapleton was already bursting at the seams, and the site wasn't nearly large enough for the size of expansion needed. So in 1989, Colorado began building an entirely new airport on the northeast edge of Denver, far away from anything else, and Stapleton was abandoned completely. The project didn't go well. The airport was supposed to complete in 1993, but a complex design, financial struggles, and some contractual disputes meant the first plane didn't take off until 16 months later in 1995. By that stage, the whole thing was $2 billion over budget. People began to question things, and it didn't take long before several conspiracy theories began circulating. Why was construction so delayed? What was that extra $2 billion really used for? Tunnels housing a new innovative baggage system failed to work properly, and a dedication plaque bearing the symbol of the Freemasons, a legitimate secret society, all raised eyebrows. The airport's strange artwork only added fuel to the fire. Many were also suspicious of the airport's sheer size. When construction was completed, it became the largest in the US by surface area at over 130 square kilometers. That's twice the size of Manhattan. Just like Stapleton, Denver began having trouble keeping up with increasing passenger demand over the years, and its facilities were aging quickly. Designed to handle up to 50 million people a year, the airport saw nearly 60 million pass through in 2021. And those numbers are going to grow to nearly 100 million over the next 8 to 10 years. To get ready for the future, Denver has devised a plan, and in 2018 it started work on two major construction projects. First off, the Great Hall is undergoing a $2 billion renovation. Transport to the gates will also be improved by adding and replacing outdated train cars. In the second project, concourses are adding some 39 new gates, creating space for more passengers and more planes.
We have Vision 100, which is really aimed at preparing all the different parts so that we're able to handle all the passengers. So the Great Hall program will add the capacity in our terminal to get people to the gates. We'll be increasing our security checkpoints by over 60%.
The Great Hall work is being done in 3 phases. Each aims to enhance airport security, improve overall operational efficiency, and increase capacity. Phase 1 was completed in late 2021 and created nearly 3,000 square meters of additional space for the Jefferson terminal. It also modernised the check-in space by installing self-bag drop units.
But Phase 1 of the Great Hall didn't come without a great deal of pain for air travelers.
You have to just be willing to read the signs and ask questions. Pay attention and know where you're going.
Pay attention and know where you're going. While she just said that, right, I just want to show you something that just happened 8 hours ago. Something that just happened 8 hours ago. Just 8 hours ago, right? Just read this headline right here, and then we're going to get right back into it. Colorado Republican delegation cast all 37 votes for Donald Trump. Colorado. Now back to the Denver airport, ladies and gentlemen.
Similar to the challenges seen in the airport's original construction, the project hit some turbulence early on.
Phase 1's completion is nearly 2 years behind schedule.
According to a report filed by Great Hall Partners, the contractors in charge of the project, the delays were down to the concrete. The material found in the terminal was weaker than expected and could not bear the weight of the equipment.
So yeah,
Due to
right,
safety concerns, construction was halted completely.
Denver is the real capital of
But when it
America.
was tested further by the airport, no safety issues were found. A load of back and forth was set off between the contractors and Denver International, and the internet got a whole new pile of fodder for its conspiracies.
So the original Great Hall project was going to be completed through a public-private partnership, and
look how he's stuttering even saying that. The Great Hall, right, was going to be done through a private one, right? Now, hold on. Real quick. So, the Great Hall is also inside of... Matter of fact, we don't got to show that. But the Great Hall is also inside of the Grand Lodge in Freemasonry. And we saw already with the damn Guidestone shed.
that contract ended up being terminated a couple years ago. Now we're moving into the program where we aren't using a concessionaire.
That concessionaire is Hensel Phelps, who was brought in to complete the project instead. In 2021, Phase 2 finally took off, and that looks set to finish by 2024. This phase includes redesigning a new security checkpoint with improved technology. Much like European airports, the updated plan will see smaller groups of 30 to 40 people going through 17 lanes of security instead of all queuing up in one long line. Additionally, the balcony of the Great Hall is going to be extended out to create more space. Meanwhile, it wasn't until 2022 that the city's council approved the third and final phase of the project. Phase 3 will add yet another security checkpoint and new check-in areas for all remaining airlines. It'll also upgrade facilities like bathrooms, floors and lighting. Overall, the airport hopes the final project is going to be wheels up by 2028. Now, like most construction projects, the renovations at Denver Airport have been pretty noticeable.
Walls are being torn out, retail stores moved, and some escalators aren't even there anymore. This is what it looks like in the airport's construction zone.
Giant white walls block off sections of the terminal's ongoing work, and nothing sets off conspiracy theorists quite like that. But instead of letting the rumors hold it back, Denver's taking advantage.
Our former CEO, Kim Day, she loved that we could show some personality. And yeah, we wanted to do something fun and creative to talk about the construction. And we like to embrace the fun side of things. So we developed, she loved that we could show.
Dog. It's an Illuminati hard hat. The airport contains the Illuminati headquarters. There's an Illuminati hard hat. Oh my God.
Personality. And yeah, we wanted to do something fun and creative to talk about the construction. And we like to embrace the fun side of things. So we developed a campaign around the conspiracies to go in the Great Hall.
Plastered along all these white walls.
You developed a conspiracy theory around the conspiracy theories. So you tried to basically play a joke with people that already knew the truth about it. So you mask it with saying, ha, 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 yeah, we see it. Thus, remember the foiled card? That's basically what that is. That's the foiled card being played back.
Are quirky posters alluding to the airport's conspiracy theories. There's even that talking gargoyle that interacts with passengers.
As I say the foiled card, I see a tinfoil hat cat.
It's because of the conspiracy.
Oh, it's because of the conspiracy. Look at me. I'm a little know-it-all.
The marketing stunt has proved very...
Look at that. The mocking of conspiracy theories inside of the airport. They're mocking conspiracy theorists inside of the airport. Literally. Saying, ha, yeah, we know we're right here in front of you, but you can't do nothing about it because the people don't give a fuck.
Successful for the airport. According to the public relations team, these efforts have resulted in over $1.5 million worth of publicity. Of course, if you were sitting on the actual Illuminati headquarters, then a fun little media campaign like this would be a great way of throwing people off the scent. You won't be surprised to learn that the official line in response to these conspiracies is all a bit dull. The artwork is just artwork, and the odd symbols merely represent the idea of a new international and global airport. And as for the tunnels...
Really, our tunnels are just to get baggage through the airport and,
As for the tunnels... The fact that that was even brought the fuck up the way it was. As for the tunnels, the deep ass tunnel. Matter of fact, I need to show that. I wish I could real quick, but I know the actual channel and network that it's on is going to copyright me, so I can't actually show that. But Jesse the Body Ventura had a show called Conspiracy Theories, right, where he actually went to this shit, right, and was like, "Yo, why the fuck y'all got buses and all this other shit out here? Like, forget the other shit, the murals and the underground tunnels. Why the fuck y'all got all these buses across the street? Why y'all got all these buses in this FEMA camp looking type shit across the street from the airport? Why is there a field of buses and a FEMA camp lookalike type of camp set up across from the damn airport? On top of it, across right from the bunkers that lead to the tunnels. Jesse was literally done after that. He was like, yo, what do y'all got going on here?
Across our concourses?
Of course, Stephanie would say that because that's what she wants us to think. And when we pressed her further about any other theories...
I cannot speak on that. I will neither confirm nor deny.
Together,
she didn't even want to talk about. So what they actually asked her, right behind the scenes, because there was a scripture on it, they asked her, was the murals in relation to the apocalypse? And she literally just said, I can't confirm or deny.
The gate expansion and the Great Hall projects hope to help Denver Airport as passenger numbers continue to rise over the next few years.
We're also looking at additional runway capacity. So we currently have 6 runways that are operating. The original layout for the airport had 12 runways identified. So we're just starting the environmental work to take a look at where to put that 7th runway and anticipating it would be needed within the next 10 years.
In all, Denver seems to be on track to navigate its challenges and complete its work by 2028, ready for the first major meeting of the New World Order. We mean...
It just had to be some type of 666 symbolism in there with the 12 and the 6. I catch little shit like that. That's why I can't watch no fucking TV.
Increased passenger capacity. If I disappear in mysterious circumstances after this video comes out, then please never stop asking questions until you find the truth.
Agreed. We have the Illuminati Freemason Airport, y'all. And Furthermore, speaking of which, the trafficking children, right? There's a comment earlier, and I don't think it was somebody that was in direct, like, asking me, like, on some hateful type shit. Like, I think they were just asking me just to ask me and see what I was. Somebody asked me, was I anti-Trump? Right? Am I anti-Trump? No, I'm anti-lie. I'm anti-lie. You know what else I'm anti? Let me show you what else I'm anti. This. So what? Just in case you don't understand what you're watching, this is mourners of a funeral of the Israeli airstrikes over the weekend. While the Trump rally was happening, Israeli airstrikes were also happening. Right? This is what I'm anti. Don't fucking ask me if I'm anti-Trump ever again with this happening. I am anti this. Okay? I'm anti this shit. I'm anti lies, and I'm anti the killing of innocent people and children. That is what I am the anti of. Okay? Don't fucking ask me if I'm anti-Trump. Not anti-anybody. Anything, I'm anti-fucking policy. You really want to ask me? I'm anti-fucking policy of this shit.
ونعم الوكيل على ما يقف في جنبنا بعد ربنا يرحمك ويرحم جميعا. لا غرام
We need to watch no more of that. But at the end of the day, this is what I'm anti. This right here is what I'm anti. This is why I talk about the shit that I talk about in the pod. This right here is why I whistleblow and decide to say, yeah, it's time that we go there. It's time that I go there. I'm done. I'm tired of the games. I'm tired of the games that they playing with us and right in front of our faces the way they've been playing it. I'm sick of it. Absolutely sick of it. So, if I go on a rant with certain shit, forgive me. Forgive me. I'm only human. But be thankful that a human is talking to you and not the shit that we were just going over. Dictating what your next move is going to be. Be thankful I can still say what I can say right now before it's too late. Because eventually it's going to be illegal for me to say what I say. So I better say it now before I can't say it no more. It's better I say it now before everybody else say it. So I said before, don't ask me if I'm anti-Trump or anti-anybody. I'm anti them babies getting killed. I'm anti them innocent people dying and losing their lives. I'm anti us being lied to. I'm anti us being treated like a fucking circus in America. I'm tired of it. That's what I'm anti at the end of the day.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you something straight off the motherfucking press. I ain't coming for no foolishness. In New York, goddammit, y'all motherfucking women look good. Y'all like a bacon and egg sandwich, look good.
Shout out to everybody.
And I love
tuned in on
sex.
22,
I love
y'all.
it.
Craig
Can't
D,
do shit no more.
Emil,
and I'm blessed.
Mendez, Novus. Kiss my ass. I love it, man.
I'm big boned.
Kiss my black ass.
I'm heavy structure.
That's right.
I'm hung low.
Shout out to
If I
Zane.
pull my shit out, this whole room get dark.
Y'all already know how we rock.
It is not a fucking game.
But they treat us like we are.
Man's gotta do.
Until next time.
Fuck me, nigga. I kick it to shorty to try to help him understand. Hit him with work, cause yo, that's my little man. He asked a few questions about the game and I told him. So when he made a bad move, it was my place to scold him. Never told him nothing wrong, kept it fair. Didn't listen, so I might as well have been talking to the air. Everybody makes mistakes, a mistake is aight. But if it ain't, I'ma tell you straight, time to say goodnight. Nobody likes to be played, regardless of the relationship. But shorty's fucking up big time. I hate this shit, I'm caught in the middle of having love for a little nigga. Knowing what's expected of me as a real nigga. My next move is crucial. What do? I keep it real with shorty and my crew. Didn't wanna kill him, so instead of putting the Mac on him, I did the only thing I could do, turn my back on him. Here we go again. Same old shit, dog, just a different day. Here we go again. You know how niggas do it when we play, how we play. Here we go again. Man's gotta do, man's gotta do. Here we go again. Niggas that I fuck with wanna get him dead, but I'm cool with shorty's people, so I let him live. In the normal circumstances, he would be a marked man.
Chill, man.